stubborn chosen one, stubborn prophet. That's what you are. They have tried everything. They tried to get you to give up, and it just caused you to understand them better and what they were doing and work harder at being who you are. They tried to get you to crash out, and it just gave you a PhD in human behavior. You figured out what they were doing and completely put a monkey wrench in everything they were trying to do to force you to react. They tried to get you to feel bad about yourself, but after so many years of that, you started catching on to what they were doing and realizing that people don't break into empty houses, okay? That there must be something great in you that made them want to do that, and you realized who you were because of what they kept trying to do to you. Everything that they have tried to do to stop, block, and throw you down has instead become the catalyst that caused you to forcibly move upward and forward, because they wouldn't leave you alone. Because no matter what you achieved or did or obtained, they told you it wasn't good enough. Because no matter what you did with yourself, they told you you didn't look good enough. It just caused you to go up a level every time they came for you in those different ways. And now you're to the point where your enemies can't stand you so much. They hate you so much. They tried to get a witch doctor to take you completely on out of here, out of this earth. And some of you actually did leave the earth. You had NDE and you came back. God sent you back. He said no. He said, return to your body, return to the earth, because your assignment there is not finished. Now you're here, but you don't have the same attitude as before, and you don't care as much either, because you've already been to the other side and back. Now you really are a problem for your enemies, because you already know what's on the other side, and you're not scared to go there. And you're not afraid to do anything God tells you either, because you already experienced so much. So now it's to the point where you're just asking God what to do, when to do it, who to do it with, and you're not surprised by anything anybody does. You're not surprised by anything anybody says or thinks of. You're not surprised by any of the people's demonic reactions to your presence. Because a lot of times you're not actually saying any or doing anything wrong. It's your very presence that's annoying them, triggering them, causing things to happen around you, and you can't do anything about it, because how can you change who you actually are, like on the inside? So you could literally be saying absolutely nothing, and people are just snapping, getting angry with you, all this other stuff, and sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you got time today, and you go through these cycles. But I wanted to tell you that it's not for nothing. There's a point to it, okay? You have a certain amount of people you're supposed to influence while you're here on the earth. And it's a good influence, it's a great influence, and it'll affect the world in a positive way, and it already has been. And that's the point. Because you've been asking, what's the point? What's the point in being so great, and what's the point of being chosen, and what's the point of going through all of this? What's the end goal here? And God said salvation. Salvation of people's souls. Hell is for spirits, not people's souls, but people have chosen to go there with their choices. I know I'm just doubling up on the words, but I've begun to get tired. I've been working for 8 hours at this point, 8.5. What is happening is God is trying to encourage you to keep going, because the meek shall inherit the earth, and to keep going because what happens in the spirit happens in the earth realm. In other words, God's kingdom will come to the earth. That's the point. And you're here to usher some of that in, okay? So don't give up. They might call you, stubborn, and they might get mad at you for doing exactly what you were designed on earth to do, but it is what it is.